There's two types of churches, I think. There's churches that remember that they're church plants, and there's churches that have forgotten. Every church is a church plant at some point, and some churches manage to remember that and keep on going. Bonjour, je m'appelle Philippe Moore, je suis irlandais, mais j'habite en France depuis 8 ans. J'habite avec ma famille, donc ma femme Rachel et mes 5 enfants. Et donc là, je suis pasteur de l'église baptiste protestante de Lagny-sur-Marne. Et en même temps, on a eu la grande joie de pouvoir implanter des églises un peu dans la région. In terms of the evangelical Christian church in France, it's vanishingly small. There's one church for every 30,000 people in France, and it's easy to think of towns all around here of 20 or 30 or 40,000 people and just 0 evangelical churches. So the church in Lagny started about 30 years ago, and in 2006 I came as pastor and we arrived here and found a church that was healthy and wanting to plant. There was somebody in the church who lived in Val d'Europe, which is where Disneyland was actually built, and he was convinced that we needed a church plant there. The projections for that town are to be 50,000 people in the next 10 years, so huge population, no evangelical witness, and so we started working on the idea of a church plant in Val d'Europe. So since January the 25th, we've been working as a fully functioning church with its own building, its own people doing its own ministry, and the vision that we have for the Val d'Europe church is that people would flock to Jesus in greater numbers and with greater reason than they flock to Mickey Mouse. We were already thinking about planting a church in Shell. We had members that lived in Shell, and we thought that Shell needed a church plant. And so Mathias and Evra came along to the church planting training, and we trained them for 2 years so that they could start a church in Shell.
Alors on a commencé à prier en février 2012 et finalement, par la grâce de Dieu, on a pu commencer des cultes en septembre 2013. C'est pas la plus grande du secteur, mais ce qui nous a frappé, c'est qu'il n'y avait pas d'église protestante évangélique quand on est arrivé. Et on a eu sur le cœur de pouvoir faire quelque chose pour la ville.
C'est une ville multiculturelle, avec toutes les cultures, dynamique, urbaine, donc avec une vraie densité de population. Et l'église de Chelles que nous sommes ressemble à cette multiculturalité, que l'église de Chelles puisse grandir, mais en même temps implanter une autre église, même dans la ville de Chelles qui est très étalée dans le nord de la ville. C'est assez loin, c'est assez séparé de la ville. On rêve qu'il y ait une autre église là-bas dans les prochaines années.
Church is designed to be universal, of course, but also intensely local. We want all the towns around us to have churches that are rooted in the culture of the town that they're in. And so the church we have in Lagny, we want to be rooted in Lagny, blessing Lagny, and the same in Val d'Europe and the same in Shell. Acts 29 has really been a game changer for me personally, and I think will be significant in its role in France. I've often said that France is project rich and resource poor. Church globally is not at all resource poor. It's one of the beautiful things about Acts 29 is local church to local church supporting each other in the gospel, because we care not about our patch, we care about the gospel of Jesus Christ, about His glory, and about people getting to know Him wherever they are.